Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. We are alive. Yes, I know we are alive. Our heart is pumping, but we are alive. And I'm just hearing my beautiful husband is talking to my grandchildren in New Zealand. And I told him, please tell them I love them. And Ami's got a TV show tonight and she cannot speak to them. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I've got amazing guests. Oh, I cannot wait. Can I play our opening video with their golden nuggets? Here we go. And can I just say, my amazing guest for the first time, they have tagged me on all the social medias. So when I did my advertisement, it was so easy this time because of they followed me and they liked my pages. It was like I was complete of all my advertisements. So I want to say thank you to my special guest. And then the golden nuggets were amazing. Wow, I cannot wait for you to meet them. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, what does simplicity mean to you? What does it mean to you? I love that. I said, kiss. Keep it super simple. I know there's a lot that people use for kiss, for simplicity. But I said, keep it super simple. Sometimes we complicate our lives. And if we can just take a breather and do something else, and we come back to the problem, then there is sometimes there's a simple solution. I love to say, I will sleep over it. If it's something difficult, I will sleep over it because the next morning I always have an answer. So, are you ready for my beautiful guest? I am. Cannot wait to speak to them. But first of all, let me get you all here, right here. Are you ready? Take a deep breath in, out. Another one in, last one in. My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, the Diamond Beauties had their 2-year anniversary, and we were so over the moon on Monday, the 7th. We had an amazing session, 2-hour session, but we had so many gifts. So I want to say thank you to all the givers that have given us 88 gifts for the whole of August for the Diamond Beauties. So we are celebrating tomorrow again. So ladies, when you join tomorrow, there's more gifts. On 21st, there is more gifts. And I'm going to do my Monarch Butterfly program, the first part, for free. And then the 28th is the last session. And ladies, the gift it's unbelievable. So while we're talking about gifts, I want to thank beautiful Aaron, the president of E360 TV, and I would love to play a video. Here we go. My guest is here. My guest is here. But before I introduce my guest, I want to say, okay, I do hear feedback. I am quickly going to ask my guest just to quickly unmute himself. I will mute you. I will mute you. Okay. So I wanted to say, my beautiful diamond beauties, just remember, if you are dialing from the live Diamond Beauty Facebook group, put your name in front or at the back. Otherwise, we cannot see who is giving us love. So I want to show, before I introduce, one of the ladies say, good afternoon, Sanet Van Breda. And then another lady say, live a simple life. So please remember, put your name in the front or in the back. And Anjana said, it's Anjana here. So maybe all the message on top is Anjana as well. So beautiful. So I am going to introduce my guest. And on my screen, Rob, you are first. But my diamond beauties is the most important two guests here. Not that you are not important, you are spicing up our session. So I am going to start with Kashiba. I hope that will be okay with you, my beautiful Rob. Let me unmute you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your show, Sanet. You can do whatever you want. I'm just happy to be here.
But still, politeness will bring you far in life, my mother used to say. So, Kashibaji, I'm so happy that you are here. You are amazing.
Thank
Can you
you.
please introduce yourself to us?
I am Kwashiba LaFleur, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And I've been doing programs with Senate for over a year now, in and out. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm certain you guys are excited as well. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, well, thank you. And Kishiba, if I may say, the first time I met you was on the Diamond Beauties, but we actually have seen each other on another group.
Yeah.
And then you joined the Diamond Beauties and you came to a live session. And wow, you were like, in South Africa, we have Smarties, but in America, you've got M&Ms. You were like a Smartie box or a M&M. I don't know how to say it in American term, because your vitality, all the things that you can do is truly amazing. And
Thank you.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. So I've got a message from Katie. Katie Manzer, good afternoon. So let me go to Fatima. So my beautiful Fatima, I met you through Jazzy and you were like amazing. We had a beautiful coffee chat and I was so impressed with you. You were so calm and collected, and you have done your own. You will introduce yourself now, but you were like amazing. You were like they say, small bottles and big fire. So if you, let me unmute you. If you can please introduce yourself, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatima. I am from South Africa. I am so excited to be on the show. I'm really, really grateful and thankful to our beautiful Sanet for giving us a platform to speak about really interesting topics.
Thank you. And please tell us a little bit about you, please.
Sure. I'm an attorney. I've just recently opened up a firm called F Moosa Attorneys, and I created this firm so that everyone can get legal advice, which is thorough and affordable.
And that's why I said you are remarkable. Truly, but we're going to hear a little bit more about that. So, my beautiful Rob, wait for it, wait for it. Hello, my beautiful Rob. So, when my gentleman cancelled on the Tuesday, I said to Deborah, oh, what am I going to do? Because my gentleman cancelled on me. I know there was some. It was not just because there was a family emergency and then a funeral after that. But she said to me, Sanet, don't worry. I've got the perfect gentleman for you. So you came on that Monday, and it was still our live sessions, and you came and blow us away. And I followed you since then. So, my beautiful Rob, I want to say thank you for inspiring us again. You are truly inspiration. I know there's a lot of people that you are inspiring every week with your podcast. But if you can please introduce yourself and tell us what happened, I think 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. What happened 2 weeks ago?
Yes, thank you so much, Sanet. My name is Rob Z. Wentz. So I am an executive leadership coach. I help people, I help businesses grow bigger, better, and I help them grow faster. And I got engaged 2 weeks ago on the lawn outside of the Capitol in Washington, D.C. Yeah, to my beautiful fiance Sarah. It's been awesome. We've been together for over a year, and just magical. It's amazing when you meet. I don't use the word soulmate really, because I feel like that word's kind of played out, right? But I met somebody who just is my other half. Just compliments me, and it's kind of like when you bring two great people together and they make one wonderful person. That's exactly what it feels like. It's amazing. So thank you. I appreciate you shouting me out, and I appreciate you calling me a real gentleman. That means a lot coming from you.
No, you are true. Katie say congratulations, Rob.
Thank you.
Then I'm pronouncing your name, Vanilla. So beautiful guest. So thank you so much for being on the YouTube channel. So we are streaming live onto E360 TV. They've got 9 channels, and then live into the Diamond Beauties, and then live onto my YouTube channel for the recording part. So before I go to Kashiba again, Rob, that photograph that you took, or what we saw, that is on my dream list. But I don't know if that was that, but in front of the Capitol, that was one of the things I wanted to do. So I must just say, when I saw that, I thought, okay, I don't know when, but most of my dreams come true. I will say 98% of my dreams come true. And the ones that don't come true, I will just put it for the next month, the next year. So thank you so much for sharing that with us as well. So my beautiful Kashiba,
Yes.
I know you when I said to you, I want to do a quick prayer before the session, you also said sign language. So please tell us about your family. Tell us exactly what you are doing and how incredible is the community that you uplift, the ladies that you are uplifting. Please tell us. Tell us.
So my son is deaf. He's now 25 years old. And at 11 years old, he encouraged me that I needed to learn sign language because he was unable to understand what I was saying, because we used to use speech all the time. Because when he was born deaf, I just thought I wanted my son to be normal, as we sometimes say, not understanding the power of him being deaf and what that would have done for me. So my son being born deaf would have changed my life in tremendous ways, because I never saw myself as a mentor or any sort of inspiration to anybody. My child is deaf. But I started learning to sign, and then during that process, we had a lot of children. In our country, we have an exam called SCA. It's like children who are 10, 11, 12, but in that age, they do this to go on to high school. And the children were being placed in schools that were not satisfactory. And as parents, we decided to advocate. And in us advocating, I decided I wanted to have an organization to support parents of children who are deaf and hard of hearing, and just focus on giving them that support. And we started We Care Deaf Support Network. That's our NGO. And we started it in 2013. However, during that time, I do so many different things. So I started working with a company that started promoting sign language in Trinidad and Tobago, teaching the general public sign language. And that is how I learned to sign efficiently and effectively. So while the tutors were teaching, I was in the back managing, but I was learning to sign as well. And I have a few deaf friends who encouraged me and motivate me to sign because my son is deaf, and I've never turned back from there. Now I'm engaged as an interpreter. I don't always consider myself as one because I'm a parent and an advocate first. But as an interpreter, you're also an advocate. So I sign a lot. I go to programs, workshops, schools, anywhere that deaf persons may need assistance and they need someone to sign for them. They like, call Kashiba, she would help. And I do that. Besides that, I do some network marketing as well. So I'm involved in other companies. And the reason why I've involved myself in network marketing is because there's a lot of money there. A lot of people are getting rich from doing networking. But I want deaf people in my country to be able to gain from that opportunity as well. So me doing the business that I do is not just because I want to make money for myself, but I want to encourage them and introduce them to the opportunities that I have been afforded so that they too can be, like successful and make a lot of money like how some people are. And in me doing that, I can help them along the way with their personal development and, like encouraging them and helping them meet persons like Sine and the rest of you who would help motivate and empower them as well.
Wow, amazing. Please can you sign for your son? And then for all the listeners watching you, can you sign them a message, please?
This is a simple one. I may have to take my background off, but it's I love you with your index finger, your baby finger, and your thumb out with the middle finger and the ring finger down. So that's just I love you. I don't know how to show it better. Yeah, that's it.
There you are.
It's universal. Everybody knows this one. Okay. For me to sign, I'll have to take my I'll have to drop my screen.
Okay. So if you want to do it, you're welcome. But then let me go to Fatima, and then we will then go to Rob, and then we will come back to you to ask you a question on simplicity. Is that okay with you?
Perfect.
But before I go, can you please tell us what is your forever song?
So I have a few.
Yeah, but the one that we did, yeah.
Once Sine had me in a program, it was a live program we did, and we had to dance. And she asked for a forever song, and I didn't think of what it was. Like, what does that mean? And then when I understood, Broken and Beautiful is one of my forever songs. It's Kelly Clarkson, she sang it. I like this song because it speaks of us as being persons who are, so we all have our challenges within us, but we're still beautiful people. And I am broken, but I'm still beautiful. And I teach others to be the same. I mean, you're broken, but you're beautiful. So embrace that. So that's one of my forever songs.
Wow, beautiful. And I remember last year you did a few workshops with the ladies. Yeah, and you played that as your theme song. And that every time I saw that and you said you played that, I was like, oh, I'm so happy you played your forever song. So congratulations on inspiring, especially the youth, because there was a lot of young ladies that you inspired there. Thank you. My beautiful Fatima, I did ask you what your forever song, and you said you will look for it. So we didn't the process as yet, but we will definitely do it. So please, can you tell us a little bit more about you and how you inspire your community? And I know that the reason why you opened or created your beautiful business is to help people affordably. So please tell us how you inspire the community around you.
Okay. I think by just doing things honestly and by doing things simply, I have inspired a few people along the way. I try to be myself as genuine as possible. And in tying with our topic, simplicity, is that I always ask myself, what is the purpose of what I'm doing? And like, how do I want to do it? And I always like remind myself to like, do not do it for other people. Do not like do it for good or do it for yourself. So yeah, that's what I also entered my firm with. I wanted to give people advice that is practical in a simple way where I explain to them this is your rights, this is your responsibility, and give them a chance to understand the law and where their position is in the law. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. And Fatima, did you have any youth that came to you for advice already?
No, I haven't had any youth as yet. I've mostly had like people between like the ages of 20 to maybe 50. Well,
Okay.
older than 20, like 25 to 50. Yeah.
So if I ask the youngest person that came to you, 25, what was the,
Mhm.
well, you cannot tell us, but the advice that you give, because you are young. So do people,
Thank you.
you have learned to do what you, and you know exactly what you need to do, but
Mhm.
do you sometimes feel people, maybe not young, maybe older people, they look at you and say, okay, and then they will ask questions to see if they really understand what you were saying?
I always start off a consult with giving them a background of my knowledge in the area. So I have worked in quite big corporates, and I've worked in America and South Africa as well. So when I tell them my experience, even though I'm young, I have been working from the age of like 21. So that means that I've been an attorney for more than 10 years. So yeah, I think that helps to sort of comfort them. And when they see like how direct I am in my explanations and how I really take on the case with my heart, not just with my brain. And I think that comforts them and they realize, hey, she's going to do the best she can for us.
Wow, that is amazing. I've got goosebumps. I didn't know
Thank
you were like
you.
doing for so long already. You are so young. I thought you was just the other day in school.
It feels like that sometimes, but unfortunately not.
Oh wow, you are truly amazing. Thank you so much. My
You as well.
beautiful
Thank
Rob,
you.
before you will tell us a little bit more about how the people you inspire, tell us what is your forever song. And then I want to say thank you so much. When I had to get 4 testimonials for my website, I asked 30 people, please, can you do a less than 2-minute video for me? But I need it in 24 hours. You were one of 4 that did it for me.
Hmm.
I was like, when you sent it to me, and I could send it to the lady that have helped me, I was so happy. And I said, thank you, Rob. Remember, I was like blown away. You did it so fast. So I want to say thank you so much. But please tell us your song, please.
You're welcome. Number one, my song is Gratitude. I believe I should know who sings it. I think it's Brandon Lake who sings it, but it's a beautiful song. Not as upbeat as You're Walking on Sunshine, but I think the message is just as positive.
No, yours is beautiful. And remember when we danced the first time? I had goosebumps. Remember? So,
Yeah.
Rob, I've got a question for you before you can tell us a little bit more. Katie asked, Rob, what was your last surname? Like
Oh,
to
my
connect.
last name, Wentz, Wentz.
Okay. So, Katie, will you, if you look down in the description, in the YouTube channel, as well as all my posts I have done everywhere, I have left the bios and all the connection points for anybody to go and follow. So please, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, even on E360's folder, you can also go down in the description and follow my beautiful guest. So my beautiful Rob, please tell us a little bit more about your inspiration.
Well, as far as my inspiration goes, I love to help people find breakthrough in their lives. So if that's in your personal life or in your business, right? Because I think everything that's professional goes back to personal. It's all interconnected. And breakthrough is the most important thing that we can find in our lives, in my personal opinion, because we all get stuck. Like you mentioned, I have a podcast called The Unstuck Movement because I love telling the stories of how people get unstuck from difficult places in their life. Because when we reach breakthrough, that opens up a whole new world to us. It shows us new parts of ourselves. It reveals parts of us that we didn't know we had before, right? Usually when we have breakthrough, we've found ourselves to be more brave than we thought we were, more courageous, more capable, more powerful, more strong, more loving, more thoughtful, more aware. So breakthrough is everything. And throughout our life, we get stuck at multiple different places, right? Or I call it stuck. Some people might say they hit a plateau, right? That they're trying to break through. But when we find those breakthroughs in our business and in our life, we realize more about ourselves. We see more of our potential, right? And I believe that God gave us infinite potential, and we should spend our lives trying to find our fullest potential. So that's my inspiration. I know when I find breakthroughs and things that I'm going through that have been holding me back, I'm much more capable than I was before, and that sticks with you. So it like raises your self-esteem, raises your self-confidence, and also encourages people around you to find breakthrough. And to me, that's like the greatest thing you can do. The higher you climb, the more you find your potential, the more you encourage other people around you to find it also.
Yes, I totally agree. And the thing is, when you get that breakthrough, it's like you are capable of doing anything. So, my beautiful Rob, can you tell us why lead
Impact.
impact transform? Why?
So, well, I love LIT, the acronym LIT, right? Because we all have a fire inside of us, right? So that's kind of that potential. And I think for a lot of people, it's a small fire. And when we acknowledge it and we can stoke it, it grows and it gets bigger, right? So I just love the idea of LIT. Plus, it's kind of like a play on it. LIT means, at least in America, it has a different meaning for a lot of people. It means like getting drunk or crazy or whatever that might be, right? But I love to have a different meaning behind it, like you're getting lit up from the inside, like you're finding that fire and stoking that fire inside of you. And the lead, impact, transform, whether you want to be a great leader or not, you are being a leader. Like there's no way around it. If you want to live the life that you want to live, then you have to lead your own life. You have to do that. So we all should strive to be leaders in our lives and in the lives of others. Creating impact is everything, right? I think that creating impact is, the world wouldn't be where it is right now unless people out there were making impact, were creating positive impact, right? So I love to see that. And transformation is everything. When I talk about breakthrough, that's when you transform. And I think, I know God created us to be transformed, by the renewing of our mind, right? So we renew our mind to a new version of ourselves. We understand more of who we are, who we were created to be. So that transformation is everything. And I think throughout life, just seeing that continuous transformation, that breakthrough is what we're supposed to be doing to become more loving towards ourselves, more loving towards others. And it's really interesting as we transform our lives. Like I said, we see everything around us transform, everything changes. And we see things differently. We treat people differently. It's very fascinating, right? And I'm sure we all could attest to this in some way, shape, or form in our life. When we reach those levels of transformation, we see the world differently. And that place that we see it from is always a more loving place. So I find that to be just really, the LIT idea for me is powerful because it means a lot to me in my personal life. And I love to be able to help people find that fire and then stoke and grow that fire.
Wow, amazing. So, ladies, isn't Rob's voice beautiful?
It does.
He's a beautiful storyteller as well.
Oh, thanks. I spent 20 years in radio broadcasting, so that's probably why the voice is the way that it is. I don't even realize it. So thank you. I appreciate that.
So the first time I spoke to Rob, it was on Messenger. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to get this man to talk all the time. So my beautiful Rob, thank you. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, when I do my Monarch Butterfly program, I always tell the ladies, well, I did a few, there was a few gentlemen that went through my course as well. I adjusted a little bit, but gentlemen, as much also, they also want love. They also want to love themselves, because if they love themselves, they can express more intimate love to their loved ones. So, but I love to say, life is always like that. 2 steps to the front and 1 back. 2 steps to the front and 1 back. It depends on you. How long are you going to be on your back foot? The back foot, and the back foot is your stuckness, like Rob said, the unstuck movement. How long are you going to stay in the back foot? And sometimes, if life is just too much, I would give you a suggestion. I will say, put on a smile, put on music, and dance if there's no tomorrow. Dance if there's no tomorrow. Bring in fun every day in your life. Do stuff that you've never done before. I love to chase my husband. We've got a very long hallway. I will sneak and then I will wow, or I will tickle him and then he will say to me, Sanet, we're not children anymore. But then I cannot stop it. I run after him and keep on tickling because fun is it's not going to cost anything to have fun. And by bringing fun in your life, that back foot, that stuckness, you can help yourself to get unstuck. So I love your podcast name. I love the guests that you have on your podcast already that I have joined. So thank you so much for every time you're sending me an invite and say, Sanet, you are welcome to join. Thank you, Rob. So Keshibaki, let me ask you a question. Are you ready on simplicity? So I'm going to ask Kashiba and Fatima and then Rob the same question. What does simplicity means to you personally, and how have you incorporated in your life or work?
Simplicity for me is just being simple, uncomplicated, clear, concise. How I've incorporated that is with the clarity and I like clarity. I like understanding if this is what you are saying, this is what it is being said. If this is what you want, this is what you really mean that you want. I ask a lot of questions too. So, but I keep it, I try to be uncomplicated as well. But simplicity is just an uncomplicated thing for me, just being clear, understanding. I think it's important for persons to understand what they want so that when we communicate, we'll be able to share that with others and what it is you want. I could tell you what I want. So I think simplicity is simple, those simple things, being uncomplicated, being clear, being just concise and not be communicating.
Wow, amazing. And one thing I've picked up, well, that's not now. When I picked up when we did the course, you want everything to know exactly. And remember when I told you to do a video for me on your I am statements, and you said, Sanet, I said, get out of your head. Go like a drama queen and say, I am. And you did a beautiful video. Remember, all the ladies loved your video. So sometimes you just need to get out of your head because we analyze and we overcomplicate things so much. But thank you for that, my beautiful Kashiba. Fatima, do I need to bring in the question again? Let me just bring it up. What does simplicity mean to you personally, and how have you incorporated in your life or work?
Okay. Simplicity means to me that, well, I think it would be directly in correlation with your purpose. So I would think that simplicity is acting with purpose and to be directed by that purpose. So it's not going to be about like showing off or fitting in or trying to impress others. It's not going to be about your ego. It's going to be like, okay, I have this task to do and I'm going to do it regardless whether I get credit for it or not. This is my task and I'm doing it because I love to help people or I love this part of my work and that is why I'm doing it. So I believe simplicity is very connected to purpose. And I think if you keep things simple, you achieve your purpose more like quickly.
Yes.
I also think like a perfect example of simplicity would be like if a couple is getting married. The point of this union would be that two people want to show each other how much they love each other, and to get their affairs in order, and to have it recognized under God, under the government, etc. So a lot of couples like go into huge debt, and they sort of start their relationship with a lot of cost factors, and because they want to impress other people. And I think if they just looked at the actual reason for the marriage, that is to show love and it's to start a wonderful life together, they'll actually realize, hey, a small wedding is fine, or something in our budget is fine. Yeah, so I think that's like being simple. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. You are truly amazing, and I love you. Thank you so much.
You give me too much credit, but thank you, Sanet. I think the same of you.
Oh, thank you so much. My beautiful Rob, can I bring up the question for you as well?
Sure.
What does simplicity means to you personally, and how have you incorporated in your life and in your work? Or work. Sorry.
I think, my golden nugget that I submitted for this episode was the saying that I use a lot, which is "we move now, no matter what," right? And I think simplicity oftentimes is just taking action and moving forward. I've been a procrastinator throughout my life, filled with a lot of worrying. And the more I just take action, simple actions throughout my day, it's so much easier to move forward, right? So things that are simple, right? Things that seem complicated can almost always be broken. Well, actually, always can be broken down into simple daily steps, right? Simple things you can do that compound over time into something great. And I think about that often. So when I think of simplicity, often the gospel will come up from the Bible, right? So it's very simple. Love God and love people as you love yourself, right? So it's so simple, but it can be really difficult to do, right? And it's a daily thing. It's an hourly thing. It's a minute by minute kind of thing. So if you're going to be able to do that, you have to be simple with it. So it seems if you try to take something at its entirety, right? So say you're going to build a car, I don't know, right? That seems like a lot, but I'm sure when it's broken down step by step, that becomes a very simple thing that if you take those tiny little tasks, it's like, how does somebody become a millionaire, right? By investing money. Well, it starts with just a little bit of money, and over time, continually investing until it compounds on itself to become $1 million or whatever that might be. And that, to me, that's the simple part of it. Life can be a lot more simple, and we complicate it very often. Just like building a good relationship, it can be very simple, but it takes daily things that you do that you're purposeful for, right? You're intentional about, that build that with yourself and with others. There's an amazing book, one of my favorite books, called The Slight Edge by Greg Olson, I believe, is the author. And that's what the whole book's about: simple daily disciplines. There are things that are easy to do, but there are also things that are easy not to do, right? So when we think about what is simple, it's like, man, these things are so easy, but over time, they seem like they're, when you do these little things every day, like maybe exercising for 15 minutes or whatever it might be, it doesn't seem like much on a daily basis, but you add that up over a lifetime and you're going to be a very in shape, fit person. Eating well, right? Doesn't seem like much on a daily basis, but over time you see and you reap the rewards of that. So to me, simple comes down to actions and taking action, taking the right action.
I love that. So I wanted to tell the people I have lost 165 pounds. If I could just show. For me, I had to make it simple. So first of all, I did have a plan. I had to eat 5 times, and there were certain times, between certain times, you're not allowed to eat. So for 2.5 hours not to eat. But one of the part of the things was that you were not allowed to drink half an hour before and half an hour after, so that it gives your stomach time to digest. So that was such a simple thing. and I had to chew my food 28 times. But because for many years, for 55 years, I was on my old habit, it took more than 3 months for me to get that right. But now, 4 years later, I cannot even think. There is sometimes that I will drink if I like today I went to a baby shower and I had a little bit of sip in between because we were social, but I cannot even think. I did 4 years ago. I didn't chew my food 28 times, and it's simple. It's simple things. And my eating 2.5 hours. I cannot even think why I didn't do it. I was like forever on diets and forever doing stuff, and I could never lose the weight. It was up and down, and changing my whole lifestyle to simple things made it so easy. And one thing for me, when I really felt like a chocolate or a cheat, then I will go and stand in front of the mirror, play my forever song, Walking on Sunshine, dance if there's no tomorrow, and then I will tell myself, Sanet, do you still feel like a chocolate? But once in my first 3 months, I had to dance 3 times, and every time I came back to the in front of the mirror, and I said, Sanet, do you feel like a chocolate? Then I'm sorry, my beautiful Sanet, go and dance. And I had only once did it 3 times, but it was simple things. Even Kishiba, you have attended the 4 week self-reflection course. It was simple, fun things we did. It was not complicated. So I am coming. Thank you so much, Rob. I am coming back to you, Kishibaki. Will you please tell us how can people get hold of you? And then also please tell us your golden nugget.
I'll go with the golden nugget first. So I believe that we must always remember who we are, because sometimes we forget that. And if you don't know, then talk to Rob. Rob might help you figure that out because he's a life coach, you know. But it's important for us to remember who we are and to whom we belong to. Because too many times I remember when we were doing that 4 week course with you, and you told me, do that I am statement. And I was like, why? I never did a video saying what I wanted to be, but when you talked me through it and I did it, it felt good. And you said, get out of your head. And since that day until now, I keep remembering those words. And I really kind of like get out of my head a lot within the last year. It was very challenging, but I did. And it helped me understand that, I mean, sometimes we complicate things a lot and just learn to appreciate the smaller things in life. And once we remember who we are and who we belong to, I think it will help us understand what our purpose is. As Fatima was saying before, it will just guide you along that road, and you're not going to turn left or right. You're not going to allow yourself to be distracted. So that's important for me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I think I'm on TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm somewhere on YouTube with my name, Kwashiba Lafleur. So if they're looking for me anywhere, that's the name you search for, because it's unusual. And you'd find me there. So you can connect with me through those mediums: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Yeah. And I think TikTok. I think I'm on TikTok.
I didn't check the TikTok one because I didn't do anything on TikTok, but the rest you are definitely there.
Yeah.
Like I said before we started, this was the first time. It was like a breeze, because when I received our beautiful artwork, I let you know, yes, the artwork, and I started to do the advertisement. It was like this. I was like, wow, normally I had to search, and it was like, I tell you, the three of you were amazing. So I want to say, yes, you're definitely on all of those platforms. So thank you so much, my beautiful Kishiba.
You're welcome.
So my beautiful Fatima, please tell us your golden nugget and the reason for your golden nugget, and how can people get hold of you?
My golden nugget is that always act as if all the odds are in your favor. And the reason that this is my golden nugget is because I've heard once that people aren't afraid of hard work, they're afraid of failure.
Yeah.
So if you just close your eyes and pretend that you are where you want to be and you feel that feeling, it actually encourages you to go out and do the work. You just need to like not think about the failure. And I do think that takes you like quite far in life. Yeah. And you can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, yeah, all the social platforms that Sanet has tagged me in.
Wow, amazing. And like I said, it was so amazing. So, my beautiful Fatima, at the end of September, I have 3 guests that will come and talk about us. And the theme for that week is failure of feedback or failure. So, I had to explain why I chose this theme. For me, I don't have any failures. Nothing I do is failing. Everything I do is feedback because now I don't set myself up to be scared because with feedback you can work with. Feedback tells you, I love to do this. If I'm sitting down, because my table is now up, but if I'm sitting down and I got this thing that I need to rethink this, then I will go with my chair and do a 36. A 36. If I'm standing and must think differently, I will do a 36. Because if you just take your eyes off what you need to do and you then change your mind. So yes, so I had to explain to the 3 guests why feedback in failure, and when I have explained it, they said, wow, amazing. They never thought about that. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you something? If you are scared of failing, and Kashiba, you will know this, give it to Jack. Rob and Fatima, do you know who's Jack? Look at, she's
Hit the
laughing.
road, Jack.
Yes, hit the road, Jack. I don't want you no more, no more. Hit the road. So, Rob, even if there's a mindfully, there's a thought coming into your mind that makes you doubt yourself, tell the thought, hit the road, Jack. I don't want you no, and give it the attitude. Don't want you no more, no more. So yes, feedback instead of failure. How amazing. My beautiful Rob, after my singing for Jack, you told us your golden nugget. Please tell us what type of coaching, first of all, if the people would love to hear about your coaching, and then how can people get hold of you? And you
Sure.
can maybe also tell us the reasoning, and you have told us now the reasoning for your lit, but the deeper meaning of that. I love that because the deeper meaning is actually your purpose.
Mm. Well, as far as the golden nugget goes, there's another one I could throw in there that does apply to lit, and that is that everything is a gift or a curse depending on how you look at it, right? So the gifts or the curses, I should start with, that we have in our lives, which for me, a curse for me was that I was too sensitive, right? So I took offense to everything, I overthought everything, I basically was kind of like crippled by my own overthinking. But what a gift that actually is if I look at it in the correct way, right? So going back to this idea of moving now no matter what, like taking action, the gift is that I'm able to connect with people on a whole different level because I totally understand what it's like to like overthink things and know what you want to do but not know how to take the first step. So I made sure that I was breaking that, having breakthrough in that concept of like this, what seemed like a curse to me, right? So I was able to break through to like, know, okay, if I'm going to make these things work for me, I have to take action. And then once I own them and figure them out, then I can help other people with them. So that's something that I really love. And the idea with lit, right? I guess maybe like a deeper meaning for the coaching and for the platform is once you break through like the chains, right, that have been holding you back in your life. Once you break through those things, you're then able to help other people with them, because you can talk to somebody who they can talk about the thing that you might be going through, but if they haven't gone through it and came out on the other side through a breakthrough, they can't help you as effectively. If they haven't gone through that process, there's no way they can help you as effectively as they want to. Not saying they wouldn't be able to help you, but if they've gone through it and they had that breakthrough, they can speak to it from such a personal level of knowing what happened, how they were in this hole, how they were so stuck, and the steps they took, the time it took, the strength it took to break through those things. And for me, that is what Lit really is all about, is taking the things that maybe were a curse in your life and making them a gift. And once they're a gift, you're able to help other people with that thing. And what a powerful thing to be able to do. As far as getting a hold of me, the best way to reach me probably is on my Facebook page, which is Rob Z Wentz, WENTZ. You can also go to my website, which is leadimpacttransform.com. And I'll throw my phone number out there too, because I like to talk to people. So if you want to text me, 814 in America. I don't know how you dial this outside of America, but I'm not sure.
It's
but
at +1.
Yeah, +1.
That's all it is.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
+1 814-312-7273. You can reach me any of those ways.
Wow, amazing. I've got Stacy here that's giving us stars. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, how was our guest? Wasn't our guest amazing? So talented. And I was so privileged when all three of them said they will come and inspire us. And amazing. I think when I said simplicity, it was like when I even, by all my themes, when I got to simplicity, I thought, I wonder what we're going to talk about and how inspiring this session was. So I want to say you must please have all a beautiful day. And then before we will go, I'm going to ask if you would love to have a dance with me. But I want to say, Kashiba, thank you, my beautiful one. You are truly an inspiration for many and for me as well. My beautiful Fatima, you, my girl, is like a packet of, I want to say a firecracker, because you are not you hurting people, but you are helping people, because you are a dynamite, okay? And Rob, you with your beautiful voice, how amazing. You are such an inspiration to a lot of people. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to have a dance with me? So I cannot play my forever song, Walking on Sunshine. There's copyright, but Jennifer Gerald have done a beautiful song for me. And I'm going to cue it up. The sound is up. So are you ready? Fatima, Kushiba, and Rob. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to mute.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love. From butterflies to eagles, oh, there's magic in that flight. Sprinkle me with fairy dust, watch me take to the sky.
Bye, everyone.
Sprinkle me with
Bye.